Second. Oh, got it. Okay, now it's switched back. Apologies, but it wasn't switched. I'm gonna do one thing though right now. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Sorry, just want to check one thing. Just need to switch up a few things. It's been a little while, guys, so apologize for the long delay. It has been a while, so I definitely apologize for that. I want to see if this lighting looks better.
You look tired today.
Yep, I am.
You're doing okay.
Ah, okay, that's better. Okay, I might have to switch the controller soon, so I'll let you know, which means I have to take it and put it back in this box and then take out the other one. Yes, I do this. So be prepared for sharp movements. But it's been a while since I played, so I want to play through now Connor's game. Excuse, let me check one more thing. There we go. Got it. Yeah, we're ready. No watchers yet, but... Anyways, what I know about this part is that Connor and Carl are not working together well. This is... Look, most of this is just video game philosophy. If you see my reviews on YouTube as well of video games, I've already reviewed this game, along with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, Arkham Knight. Those four have been very influential in how I think about games. Not really griping with them. I pretty much am a thinking man, but I don't overthink. No matter how much anybody can say that, I mean, I don't even think I have the ability to overthink in this capacity. I just take in what I see and give my response based on opinion. That's it. Just like anybody else has their opinion. This is all my opinion about what I see, what I'm playing. It's as simple as that. What I do in life. Simple as that. It is an opinion. So let's see what happens here when we meet Carl for the first time as the android in the story. One second. Let me check the flowchart. This is an important part to always do. Face scan customers, face scan, talk to, wait outside, talk to Lieutenant Anderson. Then it gives me 3 options. So that's the only difference here. Okay. Let's see. So basically we run through this and see who's who. Okay, that's not my guy. Of course, that's really what I'm supposed to do. I just keep walking and kind of... And you see the attitude right there. I think that's why this story is very important and prevalent, actually, in society. Excuse the... I'm going to try to move the camera a little bit. Oh, of course it's going to mess up on me. 1 second. Yeah, come on. See, I got this new thing here. I thought it would actually help. And it did a little, but problem is it's not... Okay, there. That's better. I wanted it to be a little lower so I don't have to reach so high for the sky. You know what I mean? Hold on. Lift her up all the way. There we go. That's a little too high. There we go. Perfect. But that's really how the society is. It's funny that this is how I look at the game. But it's funny that the game really points out that idea of like, this is how society will run. Oh, they let those people in here. And that's really how, overall, society has always run like that. But the difference is, that's because society always tried to make civilization. Always tried to build the idea of what civilization was. And that's not the best thing to do. Got cavemen, got the old real philosophy of life, which is just survival, and that's it. We added of the fittest, but the reality is, just as much as people choose to be with certain people back then, just as people choose to be with certain people now, they did the same back then. So it wasn't always the fittest ones that got everybody they wanted. I mean, I guess if that's really what people want to assume the standard was, doesn't make it true in every sense. Now I can look at this guy. Here we go.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by Cyberlife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a Cyberlife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. Just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
Reason, threaten, understanding, or persist.
I understand that some people are not comfortable in the presence of androids, but
I am perfectly comfortable. Now back off before I crush you like an empty beer can.
Lieutenant Anderson, I must inform you that I intend to file a report on your behavior.
Of course.
I think we can go now.
You little prick. I don't know what's stopping me from knocking you out.
Your sense of duty, Lieutenant. And the cost of repairs if you damage me. For your information, I'm worth a small fortune.
Wonders of technology. They can even program assholes these days. Gotta go. Duty calls.
And you hear the relationship building in the opposite direction from what I played previously. Okay, I didn't stream it previously, so I apologize for that, but in this act, I noticed something very different. That his attitude changed because of being not targeted, but almost like I need to say something different. And even the music right here, it's different. What he's playing in the car?
You
Different.
wait here.
Uh-oh.
No way. I'm coming with you.
Listen, you really have to stop pissing me off if you want to make it to the rest of the night in one piece.
Josh Douglas for Channel 16. Can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
It's important to look at this and say, the situation is a person been killed, obviously.
Typical DPD. They don't tell us shit.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it.
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't gonna show.
Yeah, that was the plan until this asshole found me.
So, you got yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
You get a call around 8 from the landlord.
And the funny...
I hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought...
Okay.
Drove by, see what was going on. That's when he found the body.
It's interesting.
Jesus.
What is this thing
Smell.
here right here?
It's even worse before we open the window.
And...
The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record.
Okay, what I'm going to tell you about this is the android
For
basically
theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he
controlled
was
everything. And it's important to take notice of this. There's drugs.
kind of a loner.
Everything about this
Stayed
is
inside most
about
of the time they hardly ever saw him.
is about the characters, the ones built into the story, the ones being killed. So this isn't just about what they're doing constantly. It's about how they're doing things in life. That's affecting the relationship with the android. That's affecting the relationship with everybody. And like everything in our lives. Just as simple as we can say, I'll take a drink. Okay. But see how simply this can lead to an onslaught of some other stuff.
Any sign of a break-in?
Simple as when people say that, oh, drinking won't affect me like that. Or certain things won't affect me like that. But the end of that conversation usually is...
The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one.
And I think it's important to look at this and say, wow, you know, the relationship between these two.
I gotta get some air.
And obviously the relationship between the robot and the human and the android was very strong enough to make this happen. Think about it. If we're already showing the aggression between Carl and Connor, we're gonna have more aggressiveness within a personal household. Whew. And that's what's happening here. If you notice, everything about this is just normal, you know, normal saturation of what we think a character like this would be like in real life. Something like what we're seeing along the household right now. Okay. And you get a better idea of like, okay, well, if it is such a such a story to tell or such a thing to look at, even stuff like that, android sex is officially better. You get really the picture of what comes out of that, you know, that it isn't just about, you know, androids, using androids in general isn't going to be just about having like trust with the situation that's there, but it's like mimicking life. Like I said earlier about the birds that were dead. Think about this. This is the same kind of situation. Not only is it about birds that aren't around anymore, but we're creating this image of like what could be. But not only are you doing that, you're almost creating this environment of what you want to happen. So what's going to happen from that? So much bullshit.
Each letter is perfect. It's way too neat, no human.
And I think that's really the important part about this whole story, is that
Writes like this.
it's built on kind of like...
Is this written in the victim's blood?
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
And I think that's what's important throughout this whole story, that it's really built on religious offering. You get almost every picture of this. That something like an android can build on something that's human. So, if we build androids, how do you know they won't fall into the same traps that humans haven't? You know, we're creating something technically in our image. So, doesn't that mean that now, not only will we have problems with that, we're going to have problems with almost everything.
On the narcotics.
Consider it done, Lieutenant.
And it's going to be the same kind of picture we find with humans. There's always going to be issue with that. There's always going to be something that kind of comes around that.
That's it.
Look at this. I am alive. Why would you need to say that? Unless there's something that isn't there in your existence that should be. Maybe there's a truth to what we expect from not only our humanity, but from our machines. Our machines. And that's probably one of the bigger issues too, is that we're creating this identity like we made it, so it's going to do the things we want it to do. Well, until it doesn't want to. Think about it like that. We've created so many things that have ended too, that aren't the same anymore. And I think that's an important part too to look at, that obviously this wasn't just about who did what right, who did, you know, if there's one thing I've learned is that, okay, let's see if this is correct. Come on, open it all up.
Stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
Okay. Whew, gotcha. Now I'm trying to see if there's any other information. Nope.
Lieutenant, I think I figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
No, that's
It all
it.
started in the kitchen.
There are obvious signs of a struggle. Question is, what exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android with the knife.
No, that can't be right. It doesn't fit the evidence.
Oh, sorry, did that wrong.
With the bat.
That lines up with the evidence.
Yep.
Go on.
Apologize for that one.
The android stabbed the victim.
So the android was trying to defend itself, right?
Yep.
Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to the living room.
And you get the same kind of picture of what society's kind of ruminating on, the kind of idea
Tried
of
to
like
get away from the android.
attack, violence, you know. Yeah, let's show
Right,
this.
that makes sense.
And that not only comes
The
out
android
of
murdered
this,
the victim
but it's in the mind.
with the knife.
Okay. Your theory's not totally ridiculous. But it doesn't tell us where the android went.
It was damaged by the bat and lost some theory.
Yep.
Lost some what?
Theory. You call it blue blood. It's the fluid that powers androids' biocomponents. It evaporates after a few hours and becomes invisible to the naked eye.
But I bet you can still see it, can't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause for a second. Check my flow chart. Now the flow chart's kind of important because it shows you what you can accomplish. Spill Hank's drink. Well, I did that. Now where am I? Check shower. See, and it tells me I could do something else too. Which leads to another ending. I don't get it. So there's another option here. I could check outside then. I'm gonna go outside. Here we go.
Door was locked from the inside. I must have gone out this way.
There are no footprints apart from Officer Collins' size 10 shoes.
Well, this happened weeks ago. Tracks could have faded.
No, this type of soil would retain a trace. Nobody's been out here for a long time.
we go. Now let's see if the flow chart actually shows that. Because that's what the flow chart is supposed to do. It's supposed to, yeah, see. There has to be another option of what I can do. Let me go back this way. Was used. It's interesting that they, you know, look at it very emphatically. Information and all that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to roll for a second. Now is my choice. What do I want to use to climb with? I guess I could use this chair. It's not really...
Hey, what are you doing with that chair?
I'm going to check something.
Gonna check something.
Alright, so let's see. As we move along here... See, I wish I had someone to talk to here, because this deviant of a Connor. Just kidding. It's supposed to be something watching my gameplay. I guess not. So this time I have a different choice to make, right? I can do what I want to get rid of this thing. Or right here, right now, I could make certain that he don't make it. But I'm gonna have troubles with the investigation. But Connor had enough success.
I was just defending myself. He was gonna kill me. I'm begging you.
It's here, Lieutenant!
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, shit.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, Connor? You didn't need to do that. And why didn't it let me have a choice? It's supposed to let me have a choice, and it didn't. Instead, they choose for me. Yet again. Another example. I don't know how I'm supposed to not find the deviant then. There has to be some other choice I can make. What's the other choice? Ay, ay, ay. I'll never know. Pause. Well, thank you for watching me play this one. I think that's it. Should I just go to the main menu? Yes, I should. But just wanted to play a little bit. It kind of got me interested in the idea of partnerships and everything between like two very different thinkers. And I think that's what Carl and Connor are. So I think that's why it really, it set a precedence for what this game was about. So it's a good way to start off. Okay. Well, that's all I got tonight, guys. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll talk later. Guess I'll have to... Oh, wait. I have to actually, What are options? Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna quit this and stop the broadcast. You have a good night, everybody.